think letting go of a lot of the just in cases is really helpful when you are wanting to travel with a lightweight pack. Because you can't plan for all the just in cases, but you can live in a way that you know that you're going to be supported no matter what. As you have probably gathered, I'm pretty obsessed with packing. I love organizing spaces, and particularly simple, small spaces. I also love to be able to travel full-time, and I do so with just a small 19-liter backpack. It hasn't always been that way though. I used to travel frequently and I had a lot with me. And I found over time as I traveled and refined what I had and found out what I was really using and thought about what was really important to me, my pack downsized. And what I felt with that downsizing was a lightening of my load, my physical load and my mental load. And I was able to enjoy my experience a lot more. It's been my pleasure to share that with the world here through YouTube, and then also to meet up with people and share that experience in the flesh. Yesterday, I got about an hour with my good friend before she left for another destination in Thailand, and we spent it just revamping her pack. She arrived in Thailand with an 80-liter pack and downsized to a 40-liter. This is one of the items that Bene got rid of, along with all of this stuff. Isn't that amazing? This is probably about 30 liters right there. And I believe that she ended up getting rid of a few more things too. That's mainly just clothes. I'd like to share some of the processes that I've used with all of these people that seem to work really well in finding out what's really serving you in your pack, what you're using, what you're really enjoying, what's enhancing your life, and then finding out which items are actually just adding weight to your load without the value. So I like to start with a big open surface like a floor space or a bed space and lay everything out that was in the pack. Make sure the things that you have are categorized. Then I like to spend about 5 to 10 minutes just syncing up with the person that I'm connecting with about their pack. Get a better sense of their experience traveling with these items and their experience in life in general right now, and get a feel for where they're at and what they're looking for. I don't believe that there's any universal ideal minimalist pack. I feel like we all get the opportunity to decide what we intentionally want to be creating and what we intentionally want to be invoking. And we can do that in every way in our lives, and especially be intentional about what we're carrying and where we're putting our energy, what we're caring for. And so much of that has to do with the items that we choose to surround ourselves with, especially when you're traveling and have limited space. I tend to bring a lot of excitement with me because I love this process and I love the possibilities of what can unfold. I also notice sometimes it can bring a lot of relief to people to have someone around that creates that space. Pretty much everybody that I've done this with has felt a bit overwhelmed by what they have with them and daunted by the task of downsizing. So if we can bring this new energy in that feels like, oh, this is going to be great and it's going to feel so awesome to have your lighter load. It's a really fun way to enjoy the whole process. My favorite thing to do during this process is, after syncing up with the person I'm with, or syncing up with myself if I'm doing this process on my own items, is to ask questions and then to hold space for the unique answers to unfold in that moment. A simple question I like to ask when we've sunk into the space is there anything that you just find you're not using that you feel ready to let go of right now? Usually that takes away a few items right away. Which of these items do you find that you're using all the time? What items are you excited to put on your body or to utilize during your travels? Which ones are like no-brainers, definitely gotta be in the pack? Mostly what I find is that people are using the same items over and over. They tend to wear the same 2 or so tops and bottoms repeatedly. Sometimes there can be a point where it feels little clunky. Maybe you have a few of something and you know that you don't really need to have that many, but you feel attached to each one for a different reason. this point, I find it's helpful to have some questions. Just checking in about how often are you using this? When was the last time you used it? Do you feel like you could use a different item that you have with you instead of this item? When's the next time you think that you'll use this item? Is it worth carrying it with you for that time? At that point, would it be okay with you if you just didn't have it? Trying on if that would feel worth it for you in that moment, or if that would feel like, oh, no, that's a bummer. I definitely want to have that with me just in case. I think letting go of a lot of the just in cases is really helpful when you are wanting to travel with a lightweight pack, because you can't plan for all the just in cases, but you can live in a way that you know that you're going to be supported no matter what. And you can plan for what you think is the most likely and then adapt as you go. So often I find that I have an item that'll work just fine, or I borrow an item, or I buy an item, but it always seems to work out, and I travel with a very small pack and I still feel like I could let more things go. Having items that serve multiple purposes are really helpful. It's also really helpful if all of your clothes can go with all of your clothes, meaning that you would wear all the bottoms you have with all the tops that you have, or something close to that. I have so many more tips on how to downsize your pack, how to overhaul your life, how to clear your space, how to make your physical and mental space open for you to allow the life that you want to unfold. If you're interested in more about that, head on over to my website. You can find out how you can connect with me through chat or coaching. I'd love to be there for you more if this is what you're looking for. Meanwhile, thank you so much for watching. It's always fun to make videos with you in this way. I'll see you guys later.
Wow, what a difference.
Yeah, I know.
You can
It
like
feels
walk.
good. I
Yeah.
can walk.
I think the other one was like.
Yeah.